And they'll probably have you're gonna have to
Oh yeah, see it. Yep.
yeah. And you remember all the warm-up, right?
Yes.
Like the stretches of the wall, these things super important, right? Because we don't want the back, right? The
Right.
abs, lifting the chest, all that. Okay, good. Okay.
Yep.
So grab that 20-pound dumbbell.
Okay.
You start out literally with 30 of these. You're holding it straight down. Like this.
Oh, let me get my gloves.
Oh yeah. Pack your gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'll find with like weights. My intention is to get like something similar to a 10 or 20, but they're in kilograms, so they'll be slightly off. I think in Africa I was using like a 12-pound instead of a 10-pound or something like that. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So posture really straight, arms straight down. Drive 2, 3 through the heels. 1, 2, looking straight ahead. Up. 2, 2, a little, and each one of these you go down, deeper, all the way up, down, deeper, all the way up, down, deeper, all the way. Good. 7, down, down, up. 8, down, down, up. 9, down, down. Keep going. You're going to 30. 10,
Okay.
down, up. 11. I'm redirecting the air. Up, hot as blazes. 12.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's been hot here too. Yeah. It's been humid. Like that's the worst part, the humidity.
oh my gosh, yeah. Super humid here too. That's 17, right?
Yes.
You're over 19, 20, 10 more.
Okay.
1, yep. Good. Good. Doing awesome. 2 more.
Okay.
Yeah. Now hold it in the right hand.
Okay.
Arm out. Now we're going into those rocking horse lunges. Back, forward and drop. On the toe, drop the knee, chest tall. Do not lean. Yes. 12 on each. Good. Drive through the front heel. Good. Yeah. Pull this in. You got it. Good. Beautiful.
One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now on the break, we're on the side, this leg. Same thing.
Okay.
Good.
Is the hand for balance or?
Yes, well, and for challenge.
Okay.
I want you to focus on this. Does not move. This is straight up and down. Right? Good. Chest is tall. You got it.
Oh.
Good. You're doing awesome.
Okay, that's probably.
Right?
Yep.
Put it back in this arm. Single leg, right? Down, up, 2, up, 3. Drive through the heels. chest tall, 15 of these. Good.
You said 12, right?
15, 15.
Oh, 15.
You're doing good. Posture looks good. And then to the other side.
Okay.
Good. And then you put the weight down.
Okay. I got new sneakers, but I was starting to get like hip pain again, and I realized that my sneakers were old. So I got more like cross training sneakers, less running sneakers because I'm not really running. I got Hoka Kawanas. They're really good. I really like them. I worked out with them like 4 times now.
That's awesome. Okay, put the weight down. Okay, now walk out into your plank. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then up. You're gonna do that 4 times.
Okay, got it.
Walk out. Chest is tall. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And then tap out. Tap to the middle. Yeah, just 4 of the arms, 4 of the legs.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Yes.
Do I do it again?
Just 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom.
So 4 on each side or 4 total?
4 on each side.
Okay.
Good. You got 2 more.
Okay.
Good job.
And one more?
1 more.
Okay.
Good job. Woohoo! Okay. Now, let's say you have 20s and 10s. You're going to pick up 1 10. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
So you're going to start. There's going to be 3 of these shoulder to hips. The first one is starting in the down. I'm going to kick up, sink. Kick up, straight leg, right? When I kick up, I'm kicking up, straight leg, sink.
Okay.
Straight leg, sink. 12 of those. Yep. Good. Yeah. Good.
Oh yeah.
Hip. Up. Hip. 12 of those. Yes. And then I think it's better to hold it like this. You'll change your grip. Okay? Back, up, back. 12 of these.
Same side, right? Same side?
Yep. All
Okay.
on the same.
Wait.
So Nope.
This way.
Yep. Drive the abs. Abs are pulling you up. Shoulder, lift the chest. You got it. Nice.
Okay.
Okay. Other side. Sink. Up. Sink. Up. Sink. Up. 12 straight leg lifts. I'm pushing up through the heel. Left heel into the left glute. Good. And then this is where I usually change my grip. As soon as I'm done that one, then I'm changing my grip.
Okay. This was 12, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And then side, up, side, up, sink, lift tall, 12 times. Good. Is Christian getting excited?
He is. He's really excited. He has like a countdown.
So cool.
We were with my cousin over the weekend, and she has her kids are like within 3 months of my kids. Both kids are the same age, and they just came back from Greece. And she was saying that the flight was like a lot.
Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. Now, without stepping out, 12. What was she saying about it? What did she say about it?
So her daughter, that's like, I guess she's 4 months older than Ellie. She didn't sleep except 1 hour on the whole like overnight flight. Yeah. And she cried a lot of it.
Oh.
So she was like, it's hellish when people are trying to sleep and it's dark and like your kid is like screaming.
It happens. So, yeah.
We'll see. Just, I mean, we can't have very high expectations.
Yeah, go in expecting the worst, right? Now, yeah. Take that same weight, abs in. You're going to swing back, up and hold. Okay, so drive it with the hips. Back, up and hold. 2, up and hold. 3, up and hold. You're doing 12 of these. Yep, lifting the chest.
She said once they got there, though, it was great. Aww. They were there for like, I think like 10 days. So we'll be there about a week more. So right. Hopefully the kids adjusted. She said it was fine once they got there. So I think if we can like keep in perspective that it might be a very rough 24 hours and then it will get better.
Yeah, right. Good point. How were their flights home?
She said they also were not great, but they did not have a direct flight. So I'm hoping that might help us a little bit. They had like a layover in Europe. So ours is direct. It's like 10 hours, 9.5, 10 hours overnight direct. So we'll see.
Good job. And 12. Now pick up your second 10-pound weight.
Okay. I'm watching you while I'm taking a drink.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be in that staggered stance, right? Like this. I'm gonna go up, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. Chest tall. Lift back, okay. Land and dip that knee. Back, land and dip the knee. 15. Yes. Good. Perfect.
Oops.
Good job. Yep, other side, same thing. Back.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when you travel with kids, you just kind of expect the worst. And if it's
Yeah.
you're
Which is fine, but it's not like great in the moment. Like,
down, you're just like, whatever, you just like you can't control it. There's nothing you can do about it,
yeah.
so
I think also like other moms and parents are like, they understand. But then you have these people that like don't have kids, or like I've had experiences with like old like white men who are just like the worst to moms traveling by themselves.
right.
I've been on a couple of flights that were just like, actually the last flight I was on when I came back from Kenya, there was this guy, and he was an African guy, and it was an African woman and her kids. She was traveling by herself. She had 3 small kids, and he was like flipping out because she tried to put her seat back, and it's like, look, like everybody is entitled to like put back her seat. He started screaming at her and kicking her seat and pounding on the seats where her kids were sitting and cursing at her in front of like 3 small children. The stewardesses like came.
That was plenty. Oh my God.
I just couldn't believe it. Like any of that would be not okay, but like in front of 3 children, it was just like so.
In that case, the flight attendants would intervene and say, sir, she's paid for the seat and the privilege to put that seat back.
They did.
Yours. You can do the same on yours.
Yeah, they did. And they actually offered to move him because there was like some seats in the back, and he was like, I'm not moving. I requested this seat. She can move. And she's like, like her kids are like she's not gonna move, right? She's got all these kids.
Wow. Oh my God, that's awful. That is an idea. Okay. So then you would pick up your 20 pounds, right?
Okay.
You can do this. You can either hold on to a chair or not and do the contralateral. Go 1.
Okay. I'm going to hold on to. Okay. I was on another flight once. I was coming back. I don't remember what it was, a long haul flight. So coming back from either Europe or Africa. And there was a woman who was traveling alone with 2 kids. And she had a baby who was probably, I don't know, 6 months old maybe. And it was not an overnight flight. Like it was during the day, but a lot of people still sleep on flights. So her baby was very fussy. And the woman was like trying everything. Like everybody around her could see that she was trying everything. And one woman even like offered to like help her with her other kid. And everybody was like trying to help her. And then this guy, another old white man, stands up and says, can't you shut that thing up? Like to the woman. And this other guy stood up and like basically got into like a verbal altercation with that guy, saying like how crazy he was to say that to someone.
Okay, that was 12. Now do the other side. Other side.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's horrifying.
But people just, I think like when people are like enclosed in a plane, they just like act differently somehow. I've noticed this. I've traveled like so much. Yeah. It's like a lot of those social conventions just kind of like disappear, and people think they can like say and do whatever they want.
Wow.
I just can't imagine like talking about another human being. Like, can you shut that thing up like a baby, right?
So bad.
And I remember it very vividly because it was actually the day my dad passed away, and I was on that flight. And I remember just thinking like, like there's so much more important things than whether this kid is like crying, and maybe you should support the woman.
God. Yeah, people like, that's complete self-absorption, lack of empathy. Like that person probably had little kids at some point in their lives.
Maybe. Or not.
Okay, now you're gonna do walking lunges. You're gonna swoop down.
Would I do the 20 with this or the 10?
No, the 10. The 10.
Okay.
So you're gonna swoop down over the front hip. Come up.
Okay.
Over the front hip. Come up. over
Got
the
it.
front hip, come up, down and back. Full lunge, yep. You got it. Yep, and then bring it back. Good. Awesome. Good. Okay, back to bent over row. Second set, 12 reps
Okay.
with the 20.
Okay.
They would probably have never talked to their, if they were flying with their child and grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you should always probably think about like, would I talk to like my friend that way? Would I talk to my kid that way? Would I?
Right,
You know.
right.
I also think people, I mean, I had no idea when I was like 20, I think I was like 27 or 28. I had like no idea what it would be like to travel with two small kids, but still had empathy for the woman.
Right.
But now, as somebody who has two small kids,
right.
I think that's like Herculean to travel internationally with two small kids by yourself.
Good job. Okay, then back to your walking lunges with the 10.
Okay.
And then we'll go on to the band. Yep. It's been so hot here. Oh my God, I'm so not used to it. We did our long run yesterday and I did 5. And all the rest of the day, I was so wiped out, Kathy. I was no good. Okay, that was good. Okay, let's go on to the band.
Okay.
I had no energy. I felt woozy. Even though I was pounding fluids, like pounding electrolytes, pounding fluids.
The humidity also like does that to you.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt I drink a lot of water, but yesterday I kind of forgot to, and I felt the same way. Like I felt very just like I had a headache. I wasn't like feeling like myself.
Yeah, it affects everything, doesn't it? Like, yeah, I had a little bit of headache.
Yeah.
Me not feeling well, like, oh my God. Yeah. And I had been drinking lots of fluid, but I actually don't think I was using my fluids. I think it was just I exhausted myself. You know what I mean? So it wasn't, yeah. Okay, so the 2, I want you to do these. First of all, I want you to put your weight in your heels.
Okay.
Lift the chest, hold it for a couple seconds and forward. Lift and hold. Always lifting the chest. Like what we're trying to do is watch, my curve in my lower back, I'm accentuating it. Accentuate the curve by lifting the chest off the butt. Yep. But hold it for a second. Hold it and then forward. Yes. 15 of those, and then you'll do bow and arrows, which are perfect. They're good for your hips, good for your rear delts.
I'm actually kind of concerned about my kids with the water intake in Greece. I mean, luckily they actually are like huge water drinkers. They don't drink anything else. So like occasionally they'll have like Christian will have a lemonade, like maybe once in a month or something.
Right,
but
right.
They don't drink juice. So I mean, I'm just concerned about them drinking enough water.
Right. Go into your home now and you're gonna go stop. And on the heel, stop. Yeah. And that'll be 12 on each. Always thinking about, am I lifting my chest, lifting my chin? Yep. Awesome.
Did you say 12 on each?
Huh?
How many did you say on each? 12?
12. Yep.
Okay.
And then you'll go to the floor or your bed. I'm gonna go on the bench because I've got my floor is dirty. We had a little bit of a leak in the ceiling. So you're gonna go on the bench or your floor, like in Greece, do the floor. And then do your do these.
Okay. Is that with a 10? That's a 10, right?
Yes. Yeah, do
Okay.
15 of them. Good. So lower. Pull. Pull.
Okay.
15 of those. And then take a break. I have got to do some medicine ball releasing on my hip. It is so freaking tight. It's been over a week. I've gotten lazy with it.
Oh, is it your like? Oh, I guess both your hips have been operated on, right?
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't have a hip flexor attached on my right side. So the hip flexor is not attached to the femur. So I have to overuse my TFL and my quads to do what the hip flexor would do otherwise.
Oh, wow.
So it gets bunched up. And so the medicine ball that when I lay on that fit ball, not the fit ball, the massage ball, it really helps break up all the tension across here that gets built up, you know? So it's like, oh, I could feel as I was trying to pull that leg in, I was like, oh, so tight.
So if you were to ever have to get your hip done again, could they fix that?
Nope.
Or is that like
It's permanent disability.
Oh, wow.
It will never work again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a mistake on their part?
Yeah. The hip surgeon.
Wow.
Well, and I knew it, Kathy, not that we're recording this, but when I woke up from my first hip, everything was great. I walked a flight of stairs the next day. Like I was great. I didn't have much pain. Coming out of surgery on this one, 6 months later, I was in excruciating pain before I even woke up. I knew something was wrong. And you know, what hurts in surgery is muscle injury. If they're cutting muscle or injuring muscle, that's the pain of recovery, right? I didn't have much pain on this side. This one, I had excruciating pain. I knew something was wrong. And I can't raise this leg up. I've never been able to raise this leg up normally. And finally, my knee surgeon, before he did my knees and he checked my hips, he said, your iliopsoas is not attached. You have no iliopsoas function. I'm like, oh my God. So my surgeon never told me. He avoided me in the hospital.
Wow.
He only came into the room for a hot second on my 4-day stay with his teaching students. He never came in to check on me. And now then I was like, no wonder, you know? So anyhow, that was like, oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Okay, back to your 20-pound dumbbell. So back to these. 1, 2, 3, up. Up. Straight down. Hold it straight down.
Yep, I got it.
That's tall. This time do 15 of them.
Okay.
Yep. And then when I complained about it on my post-op visits, like my 1-month post-op, he just like kind of glossed over it.
Wow. That's awful.
Just keep moving that leg, you know. Yeah.
Man. And most people like wouldn't have been like in the physical fitness that you are. they might not even like have gotten as much movement back as you did. Like a lot of people would probably have, you know, just not use it, and then it would have become even worse.
Yeah, permanent like lack of use or inability to do steps. Like, yeah, no, I've always tried to push through it, you know, because not moving, not an option kind of thing.
You never know in your lifetime, like they may come up with some like remedy for it if you have to get another hip replacement at some point. Maybe there'll be like some technology that can, you just never know.
You don't, right. Good job. That was 15. Okay, here you go. 10 on each.
Okay.
Chest tall. Yep. Good. So when I had my hips x-rayed in 2018, 19, they still looked good. Now this is 5 years later. But he
That's
said
great,
there's a
though.
lot of life in them. I've been very blessed. I'm hoping to not ever have to do them again.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. But I don't want to jinx myself. That doesn't mean I want to die early either.
Yeah, no.
And 10, good job. Yep. And then other side, same thing. Good. Whoops. Oh, careful. Awesome. Okay, right hand. All of these. Last time we did 15, now we'll do 12. Good.
Okay. Cool. We went to High Tops over the weekend. Do you know High Tops?
Yeah.
Like bar and grill in Timonium. So they have a playground for kids by the one side of the bar. It's like this big stand area. We met my cousin and her kids, the ones I was talking about that are the same age.
Yes.
And so we were sitting like one table from the stand, and our kids were playing. And my cousin's daughter, who's Christian's age, comes over, and she's like covered in sand, like in her hair. Like that, oh God, that kid pushed me and threw sand on me. And the kid was like Ellie's size. And her mom was like, oh, whatever, like she's a baby. So then 15, 20 minutes later, their other daughter, who's Ellie's age, starts like crying and comes over. She's like covered in sand and like in her eyelashes. And she says the same thing, like that kid like threw sand on me. So then we're sitting there watching, and this kid who's like Ellie's age, nobody's watching her. Like we don't even know who she belongs with. She starts eating like whole handfuls of sand, like a savage, like just like sitting in this like wet sand, like eating it. And I'm watching, like thinking, like, who are the parents with this child? Yeah. What's the next thing I can do it while I'm telling you? Okay. So I'm watching this kid, and then she goes over to a little boy who's about Ellie's age, and he's like nicely playing in the sand with a toy.
Like
and his mom's
with your legs straight. Don't bend the knee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And his mom's standing there, and she goes over and bashes him on the head with a bucket, like a plastic sand bucket. And the mother's like, what is going on here? Nobody knows who this kid belongs to. Still, no one's watching her. So we're like,
hold on. I know you're telling a story. Just for the video's sake, right? You're down and you lift from the hip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then now change your grip. Step out, up, out. So okay, so this mom was like, "Where's your mother?"
Yeah, and nobody can figure out like who's the mother. So then Ellie's playing, and I hear her like scream, and I look up, and the kid is trying to rip the bows out of her hair and pulling her hair. And I went like running over there, and on my way there, she started pinching her like all over her chest and stomach. By the time I got there, I was like this kid is like a savage. So I picked Ellie up.
It makes you wonder if that kid maybe has some sort of learning disability. Like,
but still, there was no parent, like nobody watching.
Right. Where the hell is the parent?
So I had to like actually like pull her off of Ellie. She was trying to rip out her hair. So then for the rest of the time there, Ellie was like afraid. And then she was like, then she said something like pinch, rip bows. I was like, this is like not okay. And still when we left, we had no idea.
That was my next question. You never figured out who this was.
Never figured it out. If we had been there longer, I would have found the parents and been like, you need to like watch your kid.
Yes. That's awful. Jesus.
I've never been in a situation with Ellie where like a kid's like attacked or like hit her or anything. It was kind of, yeah. Wow. And she had all of these red marks.
I've been furious.
She had red marks like all over her like chest and stomach from the pinching.
I would have had to find out who the parent is. I would have picked up that child, walked from table to table, and said, "Is this yours?"
Yeah. It was time for us to go, and it was like nearing bedtime, and I was just like, I can't deal with this. Let's just go.
Wow.
But like, what like child like sits there and eats like whole handfuls of sand? Like my daughter got a little sand in her mouth, and she came over and was like, plop, 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 and we had to like get it out of her mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe there's some sort of learning disability this child has, right?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But even like if that was the case, wouldn't you think someone would be watching?
Right. Right. No, I hear you.
Anyway, I'm definitely not a helicopter parent, but I'm not gonna like sit there with my kids on a playground and not watch at all. Christian, I think, is fine, but
I can't imagine. I would be so worried, you know, that somebody would take off with my little one anyway. How can you not watch your kid?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like no, yeah, exactly. You don't know what would happen.
Grab the second 10. Grab the second 10. One of the scariest documentaries I saw on Netflix was the Madeleine McCann story.
Did you? Oh, I haven't seen that.
Have you seen that documentary?
No.
So, it's definitely worth watching. Okay. So remember, we're gonna go down, land and dip, up, land and dip, up, land and dip. 12 of those. Yeah. This was that girl in Portugal.
Yeah, I remember the story.
The documentary shows exactly where the room was in relation to where the parents were dining. There were groups of parents that were there together, and they would take turns every 20 to 30 minutes. So one of the parents would go up and check on the kids. Wow. During the day, a lot of times the kids were in like a daycare kind of thing, which, you know, makes you wonder, okay, an employee, whatever. So anyhow, so yeah, went up, her friend went up to check, and Madeline was gone, you know, like, and it just talks about all the witnesses seeing somebody, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and just how fast that kind of thing can happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's scary.
12 of these. Good. Good. Good job. Okay, put those down. Grab your try to think. Yeah, we'll do one set of the bent over row. Okay, one set of the bent over row. With the kickback, the contralateral.
So should I do 12 or?
Oh yeah, 12 reps. Yes, yeah. I was just thinking about we need to put chest press in. Okay, do the bent over row, 12 reps, and then the walking lunge.
Okay.
Yep. Good. Perfect form. Pick up the 10.
Okay.
Down and back one time. Good. Okay, now take your 20s. Let's go ahead and do chest press. I'm going to do mine on the ball so I don't have to get on the floor. You would probably on the floor there, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
You can use the bench today if you'd like, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I would, because you have 20s and you're really strong, I would say your first set should be 20 reps.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Perfect form. Good job. Sweet. Now, go to your bands. Do 12 of these. Yep. Good. Good job. Yep. And then do 10 of the
Okay.
bow and arrow. Way behind you. Yep. Good. Chest tall. for 10, right?
Yeah, I did 12 on each side. Sorry.
That's okay. Back to chest press. We're running out of time. Let's go ahead and do the second set of chest press. 15
Okay.
reps. Good. Good.
Oh wait, you said 15, right?
Yep.
All right.
All right. And then go ahead and take one of those weights. Now actually take your 2 10s and do your skull crushers.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and fit that piece of it.
Okay. How many?
12. 2 sets of 12.
Okay.
And then you'll be done. Keep the elbows nice and steady, pointed up to the ceiling. Oh, are you holding a 20?
No, I'm holding 2 10s.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I couldn't tell, but I'm at a distance. I should be able to look at the computer.
Okay, so you said 2 sets of 12, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm really struggling.
Yes. Good job. All right. And then the only other thing you should do, but I'm going to go ahead and stop because I've got to sign off, is a second set of the abs. Remember, you use a 10-pound weight, pull it overhead, right, for 15, and then do the knees up for 15. And then
Okay.
you're done. Okay?
Sounds good. Thank you. I'll
All
see you on
right.
Thursday.
Oh, thanks. I'll see you Thursday.